Today we're firing up the smoker for a classic cured country ham. This is going to be about a 6-hour process, but trust me, the results are going to be worth it. Let's dive in. We'll be smoking this ham for about 6 hours. For the first 4 hours at 250 degrees. We're going to bring the internal temperature up to about 140 degrees. We're keeping the smoker low and slow and let that smoky flavor seep in. Using hickory pellets for this ham because it provides a rich smoky flavor that complements the saltiness of the cured ham perfectly. I've let the ham set on the smoker for about 10 minutes to absorb some of that initial hickory smoke, and now I'm pulling it as the fat has opened up. This lets me dust the ham with KINDER'S all-purpose meat rub, ensuring that the seasoning penetrates deeply, enhancing the flavor as it continues to smoke. So now we're just going to let the ham do its thing and soak up all that hickory smoke. We're going to come back in about an hour or so and stick a meat probe on the inside, make sure we're getting our internal temperature to the desired temp that we're looking for. And while it's reaching that, we're going to go inside and get our Carolina Gold Glaze made up. So let's go to the kitchen. So for this glaze, you're going to need a few ingredients: yellow mustard, honey, brown sugar, ketchup. I'm using Dell seasoning, but you could also use Worcestershire, and then you're going to need a little bit of apple cider vinegar. For this first batch I had a cup of yellow mustard, a cup of brown sugar, a quarter cup of honey, and then I add in about 2 tablespoons of Dell seasoning, and then about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Put it on medium heat, whisk it all together, and just bring it in till it starts to boil. And then when it starts boiling, then just bring your pan down to a simmer and let it rest for about 5 minutes, and then you can pour it in your jar. So our cured ham is smoked up to about 130 degrees. So now we're going to ramp up the heat to about 400 to expedite the process. So let's move that up there. So it's about 140 degrees. We'll start glazing it. It's looking beautiful. Alright, we've hit about 140 degrees on our cured ham, and so we're about to pull it off, stick it in our pan here, and we're going to start glazing it with our glaze that we made up. So let's pull it off here. Got these heated gloves, got the nylon underneath, got that cotton underneath and the nylon over top. The reason why we're putting it in this pan is we want to catch all that glaze, catch all that, and then we'll put it over the. Oh, look at that liquid honey. Start sliding it around. Let me get it on you. The sauce will be good for sandwiches as well. But we're going to take some of them drippings afterwards. So we're going to glaze it and then let it raise about 10 degrees. Raise about 10 degrees, and then we will glaze it again. We want our meat, this cured ham, to get about 155 degrees before we pull it off. All right. All right, we're going to set her back in there. Come back to her in about 10 degrees. So long, little piggy. All right, so we are about 10 degrees higher now. We're going to reglaze everything. So let's pull this pan off, reglaze. All the drippings will look amazing. Right. Just want to brush that all in there. Just think about it's got about 7 to 10 more degrees that we want it to go to. We're gonna call her good and start letting her rest. So our ham has reached our desired heat temperature. So we're gonna pull it off, glaze it one more time, let her rest for about 30 minutes, and then we'll start cutting. So we're gonna glaze it one final time here with all of our sauce and let it rest. So now we're just gonna brush it in, get it all glazed up. It's about 155, 160 degrees all the way around. And let that rest for a while. We're gonna come back, start cutting. So we've let it rest over 30 minutes now, and we start slicing and preparing. My wife has also made some homemade sweet potato biscuits that pair perfectly with it to balance out the saltiness of the ham. Thanks for following us along on this smoky adventure, and as always, keep loving Jesus.